Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Marv Eisen from Timeless Dollar. It's Tuesday, March 19th. A little after the market opened, it's 9:38, and you're looking at the chart of the S&P. This is a 5-minute chart, and the market gapped up nicely from the close yesterday, where it closed at 28.33. It opened at 28.40, so a nice gap up, almost 28.41. Looks like it's still climbing. I want to caution you though, because today, if you check your financial calendar, you'll know that at 10 o'clock, the factory order report is out, and that could have telling consequences. So I'm not so eager to jump into the market, and I didn't jump into the market this morning. If I had it, I would have gotten in, about at 28.42, and perhaps would have gotten out at 28.45. But still in all, I'm leery when there's going to be an important financial report coming out in the morning shortly after the opening. So I'm going to sit it out until 10 o'clock. It's 9:39 now, and I'm going to just put this on pause and check out, and I'm going to come back just before the 10 o'clock hour and report to you back then. So you'll see the results. This is Marv Eisen from Timeless Dollar. Okay, hi, it's Marv, and I'm back at you. It's just 10 o'clock, and the factory orders for January have just been announced. I'm looking at the CNBC screen. They're up 0.1%, which is what the estimate was, which is basically nothing. The reaction on the S&P is basically, well, yeah, we knew this. So I don't know where it's going here. As you know, I don't trade the market unless I absolutely am sure that I see a momentum move. I saw this jump today as nice. I mean, if you're a bull, but it had limited momentum. It was just the first. This is a 5-minute chart. The first 10 minutes of the day, and then it's been backing down since. Let me go to a different chart perspective. Let's try 15 minutes. Basically, you can see the market's going nowhere. It attempted to run away, but I always take a view that on these reports, it's not exactly an unknown quantity, an unknown thing by the financial powers that be of what these reports are going to contain. And I think that they run the market up in anticipation of bad news, and the reverse in anticipation of good news. Look to whipsaw the market and get some volatility out of it. I check the financial calendars regularly, and I advise you to do so as well. For those of you who are watching this for the first time, maybe you don't know, my name is Marv Eisen. I was looking for a way to make extra income. I lost my job, and I tried a few things, didn't work out, and I gravitated to the S&P Emini futures trading market. Didn't go in right away. Actually, I did try, and I lost a little bit of money, not a lot, but I figured that if I'm going to do this, I'm going to need to know what the heck I'm doing. And I really was gambling at that time. There's a way to do this where your risk is minimized, or at least not as great as it would be if you just go in willy-nilly and place a trade and hope it's going to go in your direction. You can only be 100% right or 100% wrong with this, because you're not trading the S&P E-minis. You're not looking around for 20,000 stocks to see which ones are up, which ones are moving down, looking at thinly traded stocks. You're trading a very lively, highly traded vehicle. The S&P E-mini is probably the most traded vehicle on the planet. That means that you're not alone, and if you put an order in, even if you put a market order in, you're going to be filled almost instantaneously. There's very little slippage in the S&P E-mini market. But I did get an education. I practiced for a long time, paper trading, first learning what it was that I was supposed to be doing, and then paper trading off that information. I tweaked it as I went along, and I found out that it's doable. That isn't to say that you're not going to make money on every trade. You're not going to lose money on every trade, rather, but you can limit your risk and at the same time make nice money doing this. So while there's nothing sure in life, certainly not this. You can pursue this if you get an education, know what to look for. And I recommend, if you're somebody who's looking for a means of making some extra money, if you lost your job, if you're on a pension, if you have limited income potential for whatever reason, try this system. You are going to need some money to open up a trading account. It's not a heck of a lot. You can do it with as little as $5,000. Actually, you can do it a little less at some brokers, but I don't recommend it. You need a financial cushion. And I wouldn't even recommend this for somebody who's on their last dollar, because you need that at the grocery store. Don't trade unless you have some money to lose, because it's likely, if you don't get an education and you jump into this feet first without really getting an education and practicing what you've learned and learning the right things, then you're probably going to lose money. I'm sorry to say that, but forewarned is better than losing money and then just saying, gee, if I only knew what I was doing. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, at least you'll limit your risk and you'll most likely make money. And some people actually have a knack for this. Much of this is intuitive, strangely enough. So if you are able to absorb the material, and by the way, that material is contained in a course that I'm just about to publish. It's March 19th. I'm just about to release this course. It's the distillation of things that I've learned over a long period of time in trading the S&P markets, the S&P E-mini futures market. So get that course. It's at timelessdollar.com, and I'm pricing it cheaply enough that virtually anyone can afford to purchase it. So, you know, it's not $3,000, $5,000, $15,000. It's under $1,000. So try the course, and you might find that you're one of those people who just have a knack for doing this, and you can make yourself hundreds of dollars a day. No kidding. You can make yourself hundreds of dollars a day. Or do you really need that? Maybe you just need a few $100s a week, $100 a day. You can make maybe $200 a day on a Monday and $250 or $300 on a Thursday, and that would be it for the week. You don't have to trade. And by the way, you don't even have to be in the market more than a few minutes a week to make that kind of money. All right, so this is Marv Eisen for Timeless Dollar. I'm going to continue to watch the market. Again, this is the 15-minute chart on the S&P. I'm not in here, and I'm just going to give you a recap. It opened gap up from the previous day. Here's the previous day. Open gap up about 8 points. And it's basically, you know, the exuberant people without knowing what they're doing ran it up. And of course, the professionals took them back down. And so now it's just bouncing around at 28.41. At this point, if I were to venture a guess, I would tell you, don't venture a guess. You could say the market's going to go up. You could say the market's going to go down. You're either 100% right or you're 100% wrong. Don't guess at the market. Take my course. You'll see what it is that you're supposed to be looking at. Okay, Marv Eisen, Tuesday, March 19th, 10:08 a.m., just after the factory orders report, which was, so happy trading if you're in the market. Otherwise, go get yourself that education at timelessdollar.com. Have a great day.